Right guys, so just pulled up outside Tesco, just gonna pick up a few things. I did say that I was gonna do a grocery haul. This won't be like a full grocery haul. I'm thinking what I might do is wait until I've actually started my prep to show you everything I'm gonna eat for my prep. Right now I'm just gonna go in, get a few more kind of cheap meals that do fit into my macros still, but just that I wanna make the most of with these extra calories. Like I said in the previous video, and a couple of other things. I've actually got a shopping list with me, not an actual paper one, don't worry. I'm not that embarrassing. I took a picture of one that I wrote. I spent like 2 hours in my room writing down loads of different things that I want to eat for my prep, like consistently good like foods, you know, types of bread that I like, meat, stuff like that, that is always reliable for macros. And then I've got like a treat section, which will be like Oreos, Jaffa cakes, these waffles that I had in mind, these pancakes that I had in mind, just small things, and Philadelphia cream cheese, I can't remember what flavour, but yeah, that, just loads of little bits that will fit into my macros that I can even have when I'm on prep. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I get afterwards. Right, so I would have shown you as I picked it up in the shop anyway, but I'm just gonna re-show you some of the stuff that I picked up. So first one is these pizzas, because obviously you guys know that I love pizza. These ones are obviously a lot smaller as well, and it actually says on the label 1 of your 5 a day, because apparently there's carrots in the dough somehow. Didn't know pizzas had that, but that's my excuse for eating this. It's healthy pizza because it's got carrots in it apparently. Some Philadelphia garlic and herb cheese, which I'm going to put with these crackers, which together macros aren't too bad as long as you don't like pile on this cream cheese. Any other crackers, like 5 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and almost a gram of protein. So together they taste amazing, and yeah, fairly low in fat. Fat being like the thing I need to be most cautious with, I guess, with my prep food. Maybe even carbs, but not so much, because I'm going to be trying to keep my carbs quite high, and my fat's going to be probably the lowest of everything in terms of percentages. I've then got these corn eggs, which aren't as good as I thought they were, but as long as I just kind of limit myself with how many I have whenever I do have them for like maybe lunch, they go really nice with Branston pickle, I think, which the only macros in that are already a problem is the carbs, because it's quite sweet and sugary. But again, moderation is key with that, so if I just measure out a little bit, I don't know, like 1 or 2 servings per like 3 or 4 eggs, and that should be fine as well. I think that's everything. The only other things that I did want to pick up was Oreo thins, because I've been having those lately, and Oreos just in general, again, as long as you don't have too many, they're quite good, but the thin ones are even better, so didn't manage to get any of those, but they're also good. And then I just got the fish food. Ran out of space on my camera just then. Yeah, last thing I was going to show was the fish food, because this fits into my macros, so I'm just going to eat all of that tonight. I need to have a little bit more protein, and then that'll be my macros sorted for today. Right, so apparently weighing in at 162.2 pounds today. I'm not sure how much I trust that scale, because the first time I tried to do it a second ago, it said that was 161. Moved it about 2 inches on the floor and it went up by over a pound. So I'm just going to take it as I'm sitting around 160 to 165, which can make a big difference, but I don't really have an accurate way of knowing my exact weight at the moment, and as long as I'm kind of consistent with that number, shouldn't make too much of a difference. And when it does come to me actually starting my prep, what I'm going to do is find an actual location in the bathroom where I can keep the scale the same exact place, so that whenever I step on it, it will be the same, like same number each time. It won't be, you know, one day I'll drop down by like 5 pounds to the day before. So yeah, actual physique update though, this is how I'm looking at the moment. I really don't like the lighting in here, so I might actually put the camera up. So this is just the front here, my chest. I've noticed a lot of growth in my chest, probably the most out of everything during this bulk. My lats as well, I'll show you in a minute. But you can see kind of a few striations, not a whole lot, definitely not shredded by any means, but at least fairly lean in the chest. Shoulders have improved a lot as well, but it's still a big weak point. especially the front head there, and I'm finding that the rear head actually has a lot to do with making the whole shoulder look a lot more rounder, so that's another weak point just in general. Not even started my prep, I'm missing bulking already, not just for the food but also the fact that there's some weak points I'm going into this cut and this prep kind of wanting to still improve. I mean, I do feel like my physique is ready to go into my first competition and just do like a proper cut, 16 weeks, get as lean as I can, do it really slowly, but yeah, I look at my shoulders like, god damn it, I want to grow them just a little bit more. But I suppose you're never going to be satisfied, are you? Once you get into lifting, you're never as big as you want to be. That's always how it goes. Right, now the back. So that was just a short physique update, no natty lighting. I mean, the only lighting that I've got is this light here that's not exactly the best. But yeah, really honest, really honest physique update. No filters or special studio lighting to make myself look bigger or anything like that. So that's how I'm looking at the moment. And just as always, I'll keep you guys updated with my physique and my weight change and all of that stuff. Alright, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another workout commentary. Going to take you step by step through my entire leg workout that I did the other day. So starting off with a compound, both to warm up and also do some working sets on. So usually I would start off my leg days by stretching 3 or 4 different types of stretches. I usually do one for my quads, usually do one for my hamstrings, one for my adductors, so the very inner of your quads basically, the muscle that helps to bring your knees together. Very overlooked muscle, especially with mass. It's actually a really good leg builder, so yeah, do a couple of others as well. But when it comes to the warm-up sets, I usually do 2 to 3 of something like this, so compound movements, getting everything fired up, apart from your calves really, but there is a little bit of stabilisation there with your calves, I suppose. So yeah, don't have to start with a compound movement. You can pre-exhaust your muscles through isolation movements, so doing those first and then jumping into a compound movement. With my workouts, it's very kind of just whatever I'm feeling when I go in there, so I did that day, then went on to this hamstring isolator, good one for this. A lot like biceps, you want to flex your quads at the top, or get very close to flexing them at the top, and then drive with your heels towards your glutes, flexing your hamstring, so a lot like flexing your biceps with a bicep curl. But yeah, as I say, I don't really have a planned workout whenever I go in, so those might be the other way around some days. I will get back to doing squats soon, but only when I'm 100% sure that my back isn't going to give out, especially as it kind of gave out when I did rack pulls. Really don't want to set myself back anymore, especially being on contest prep very soon. So yeah, then went on to some quad isolation, did these leg extensions. I only ever do these one way now, and that is a lot of time under tension. I'd usually squeeze at the top and hold it there as hard as I can, like proper squeezing the muscle, flexing the knee joint for about 1 to 2 seconds, and then on the eccentric, so lowering my feet back down, taking anywhere from 2 to 5 seconds. Did kind of quicker reps there, I'd say about 3 or 2 seconds, but still really feeling the muscles stretch apart and feeling that load dragging it down. I personally prefer this type of leg extension where it's actually controlled by a cable rather than just stacking weights onto a machine, because I feel a lot more tension both at the top and the bottom. I still feel the same amount of tension, so really that's the difference between if you're trying to choose free weights or cables. So I actually prefer cables for a lot of my movements, legs or not. Then went on to a calf exercise, just did standing calves here, kind of a neutral stance, pushing through the ball of my foot to keep the tension on the calf and keep that muscle connection there, really actually activating the calves in the best way. You can also push through the toes of your feet, so through your big toe, when you're at the very top of the movement, but I prefer to just push through the ball and I feel the best contraction that way. Then went on to another compound. This is another kind of variation of what I started with, but this machine absolutely kills every area of my legs. So it's always good to find something that's reliable, that you know, especially on those off days where you just can't really be bothered to go to the gym rather than try an exercise that you don't really have great mind-to-muscle connection with. If you do something that's really reliable, you know you're going to get a good pump from, you know you're going to be sore the next day, then I'd always say try to find something like that. Then did some more calves, did some unilateral movements here. Just a nice way of finishing off the leg workout and just getting some more calf work in there, because they're a weak point for a lot of people, myself included. Doing these I just find is a good way of keeping things even and getting enough volume in there. So doing one leg at a time, again keeping the weight on the ball of your foot. The side that you're not using, so here this would be my right leg, keeping that to the side of your body and really just leaning over so the weight is constantly on your calf and keeping your leg as straight as you can without actually locking out that knee joint. That's it for the workout. Hope you guys took something away from that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.